scores 2 for National. He's up 7-2.
Suriano and National breaking through in March and both winning NCAA titles was huge for our program.
It just showed not only this state but the rest of the country you could do it right here at Rutgers, because for so many years it was you're going to wrestle for a high school coach. They haven't been able to produce All-Americans. They can't win in a big spot. It's noise, but where there's smoke, there's fire. We started believing that. Guys are now what the vision was 13 years ago and making sure everybody grew up Rutgers wrestling. It's happening now. Guys want to come here and they want to wrestle, and they want to do it right away.
Go! Don't let him in, don't let him in. Stay out, Pagano, keep him in the zone, Pagano. Keep him in.
As we stand right now today, we could possibly have 5 or 6 true freshmen or redshirt freshmen in our lineup. Maybe we're in a little bit of a rebuilding stages. We just happen to be doing it with a ton of talent.
This year in particular, we had a group of freshmen that was in the rack. They were as spectators, and their dream was, I want to compete at the rack. They came here with the mentality thinking, I'm wrestling for Rutgers this year. I've dreamed about this opportunity my whole life. I want that spot.
You know, my parents, they were asking all the time, like, hey, are you going to redshirt or are you going to wrestle? And I was like, you know what, like, I'm going to wrestle. I saw what you guys did last year, I want to be a part of that.
Instead of just going here, 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 start to guide them down. You see that? You understand what I'm saying?
I think this year it's actually been easier to manage because a lot of these freshmen have competed. In years past, when they're back home, when we go to Tennessee and they're not able to compete, you can lose them for 2-3 days because you're on the road.
These high school kids, not only here in the state of New Jersey, but across the country, are so darn good now. They can compete at a high level, and you see freshmen winning national tournaments every single year. Teams like Penn State, Iowa, the top 5-6 teams in the country, they do it every year. They influx their youth, but those guys are prepared to win a national title.
Everybody's on board, every point counts. Every second of every match, 420 seconds. All right, smart but intense.
Well, there's a lot of excitement for the season, but it keeps me awake every single night. I can tell you that. So much more than just wrestling. There's so much more than, are they homesick? Do they need to get home for a little bit? Do they need to be around family? Do they need a home-cooked meal? Do they need to be around our families?
Some of these guys having these external expectations and then allowing that to kind of overcome their confidence and cause them to have a poor performance.
Oh, there's a huge adjustment from high school to college. Sometimes they let us, fall on our faces and say, all right, you gonna do that again?
In this state, because of what they've done at the high school level, everybody automatically thinks New Jersey's so great in wrestling, it's going to translate to college. You want to win right away. You want national champs right away. It was being patient, and that's a hard thing to do, especially in this conference, because you're trying to catch those guys. I know it. Believe me, I know it. He's quick. He's quick. You didn't get hit for stalling, but you gave up one late.
You're going to push him. Now keep wrestling, JoJo. Now keep wrestling, JoJo.
Coach Goodale, he's just a character.
All right, move his head down. Square off of those hips. Go.
Coach Goodale's emotions, they do get to him a little bit before weigh-ins. He's always worried about everybody, and you could kind of see Coach Pritzloff, just being like, good, go over there, get away.
He gets extremely nervous, especially match day. He's a nervous wreck.
I like to remove myself from those pre-match warm-ups and make sure our guys are getting after on their own, and they know when there's nerves, but also understand these guys have a job to do. Right now, this is a big teacher moment the whole year, right?
A lot of people take it as Rutgers is a rebuilding year, we're young, but we're not really rebuilding. I think we're there. And we're just gonna build Rutgers as a whole and be like the next dynasty.